Okay. I'm Andrea Gilbert. I'm originally from New York, but I've been living in Greece for 21 years, and I'm an organizer of Athens Pride. I've been involved in Athens Pride since the first Pride in 2005, and I've been one of the primary organizers since 2006, and we're now heading into our sixth Pride, which is on June 5th of this year. 2005 was the first Pride, the first public Pride that we had in Athens, that included a daylight parade in front of City Hall, in front of the House of Parliament. And this was incredibly important for Greek society because although there have been other sort of Pride events and gay events and a very developed gay community in terms of bars and nightclubs, and even a few organizations. This was the first public daylight showing of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and trans community. And Greece is not a hostile environment, but it's a reluctant environment, and it still is in a lot of, to a large extent. But as the years go by, we've seen Pride grow from 500 people, which was a huge surprise in 2005, to over 5,000 in the parade in 2009. The big leap was in 2008. And Pride is just growing and growing, and it has changed, in my opinion, has changed Greek society to a large extent. We have, for the most part, very favorable press. We draw a large crowd of young people, and in this case it's extremely important because it's changing an entire generation of young people in Greece and their parents, and hopefully this will have, I guess unavoidably, this will have an impact on Greek society like nothing else has had, because Greeks have been very reluctant to come out to their families. They're out to their friends and they live a gay life, but they still pretend to be straight for their families. And everybody knows when you live a lie, you're living a half-life, and hopefully that will end very soon. Why Pride is important globally and why there should always be a Pride. Say, everywhere in the world, gays, lesbians, trans, there's complete equality, complete rights, complete acceptance, complete everything. Everybody's living, which will never happen, but let's say in some fantasy century, there will still be a need for Pride because it's the anniversary and celebration of a revolution. And just as the United States celebrates July 4th and Greeks celebrate March 25th and the French celebrate their revolution, revolutions are always celebrated because these are landmark events for society. And the reason why the Pride revolution, the gay revolution, is so important is that it's the only revolution that knows no borders, that knows no nationalities, that is not claiming land or claiming anything or celebrating a battle with bloodshed. And it's the unifying force. So you'll see countries that are basically at war with each other, but they'll come together for Pride. Israelis and Palestinians come together for Jerusalem Pride or Tel Aviv Pride. Former Yugoslav republics will support each other and become sister prides, whereas their governments don't talk to each other. It spans religion, it spans national borders, it spans generations, and it will always be important to celebrate the landmark of Stonewall in 2009, and this is the reason why it's usually celebrated in June, because the Stonewall riots were on June 28th, 1969. And that's, it's in fact the only social movement or revolution that has an exact time. And there's an exact time when this began, which was 3 o'clock in the morning. And in that case, it's another case that it's really unique. In terms of present day, There's still a lot of work to be done everywhere in the world. There's even in New York, a couple of days ago, there was a hostile act, burning of the rainbow flag in front of the Gay Lesbian Community Center, which was 5 blocks from Stonewall, the Stonewall Inn, which was the site of the first Pride movement, the revolution. And this may seem very minor when you look at other countries where a gay can be murdered, but be executed by the state or be beaten up or whatever. But in fact, the burning of a flag is a symbolic and very hostile act. So the rainbow flag should be looked upon as any flag in this sense. The reason why we have Pride in Athens is our first allegiance, of course, is to change Greek society, which still has a long way to come. But we're also marching, celebrating, protesting, whatever you want to call it, being visible for every place in the world that is less fortunate than we are, because in Greece, okay, let's say, there may be hypocrisy and so forth, but we are relatively free. We enjoy peace. We can have a peaceful parade with great celebrations. Nobody's stopping us. Whereas in our very closest neighbors, Kosovo, Serbia, even Sofia, face tremendous violence, and we also support them. We have a solidarity exchange program that we began last year, essentially in response to a plea for moral support from Sofia for their second Pride. And we immediately responded by inviting a delegation to Athens Pride, which we partially subsidized, and by mobilizing a group and renting a bus and mobilizing a group of 24 or 25 Greeks to go to Sofia Pride. And I know that this kind of international support is extremely important. And this is an initiative that we intend to increase and continue. In fact, this year we are holding the first Southeast Europe Balkan Regional Conference on June 4th, the evening before our big Pride Day, and we will have delegates from Zagreb Pride, Sofia Pride, and Bucharest Gay Fest in attendance. And it's basically, it's open to the public, and it's basically, will be in this early stage a presentation of the situations in these various countries and the presentation of what's gone on in Greece and what we hope to continue. The main reason for this is to increase our alliance with our neighbors and eventually have maybe a regional, a Balkan Pride or something to that effect. But basically it's to establish a network of mutual support. It's important to know that you're not alone. And this is why these international organizations like Interpride and APOA are so important.